Hey everyone, welcome back to the AV Playground. In this video, I want to go over what is left of my childhood VHS collection. So, the first one is a tape that was given to us from one of my aunts, and that is the Aristocats with the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection. And here's the tape right here. This is actually from the late 90s, so this one came out right in my childhood. This is a re-release of the Aristocats on VHS. But we have the DVD Blu-ray combo of that particular movie. So, yeah, we have the VHS copy and the Blu-ray DVD copy. So that's the Aristocats on VHS as part of the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection. The rest are from my childhood, or what's left of it, because we upgraded most of these big blockbuster films on DVD back in the early 2000s, and we just ditched the tapes altogether. First one is Happy Haunting. At the time, we have yet to find a DVD copy of Happy Haunting on DVD. I mean, we looked all over for many, many, many years until we found a DVD copy of Happy Haunting, first time since getting the VHS tape. So this is our sing-along songs that we have left, the Happy Haunting. So we have this on DVD, which I can watch up here with my Blu-ray player, and it'll look really good on DVD. So there's our VHS copy of Happy Haunting. The next is actually one that we've yet to find, even today, on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K, or maybe even on streaming. Winnie the Pooh, Boo to You 2. So this particular tape, we probably got in the late 90s, early 2000s. And the tapes actually don't look. I mean, this one looks really good because it was played the least, since it being a Halloween tape. But even this one looks really bad. So we have our Boo to You 2 VHS tape. I haven't watched this in a long time. So that is Boo to You 2 from Winnie the Pooh. And we have Walt Disney's masterpiece, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Special commemorative edition of the original full feature-length movie. So I guess this is part of the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection that came out in the late 90s, probably to 2000s, I would say. So yeah, we have Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh on VHS. And this is the only copy of the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh we have left, because we have yet to find it on DVD or Blu-ray. So if we do, then we don't know what to do with the VHS tape. So there's our VHS copy of Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and a very rare tape that was bought or given to us at the Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. The Magical Christmas. The merriest place in the world, Walt Disney World. And I guess it's kind of like a documentary tape of Christmas time at Walt Disney World. This is actually from 2003, so we've had it for 22 years, I would say. So that's that VHS tape. So this is all that's left. A very short stack of VHS tapes from over the years. So that is pretty much all we have left. As you can see, there's 5 VHS tapes left. And who knows if I'll buy more in the future. Because, VHS is starting to make a comeback. And I don't know if I should get into these things or not. Seeing that most of my TVs are the HD TVs, whether they're 4K or 1080p. I don't know if I should get into these or not. Because I probably don't have a connection anymore to connect the VCR if I wanted to get a VCR and watch these tapes again. After so many years. So that is my VHS collection, but we'll talk more about that in the future if I should get into it, because I know VHS is going to be a really hard hobby to get into, especially from getting the tapes to getting a VCR to hooking it to the TV and getting the best possible quality out of it, especially with a 4.1 channel surround sound. So we'll talk more about that if I come across a decision whether to watch my old VHS tapes or just toss them out, because we don't need them anymore, because we have streaming, we've got DVD, we got Blu-ray, we got 4K Blu-ray. I don't know, I'm kind of confused here, because then if I buy a VCR, it's not going to work, because a lot of them are over 20 to 30 years old, or maybe 40 years old, or 50 years old, depending on, especially most of them are like they're around 20 to 26 years old, even into into 30 years. On Amazon, especially from the late 90s, early 2000s, yeah, it's going to be really hard to find a VCR to watch these tapes on in 2025. Especially a new one that has an HDMI output and can have the best possible quality from VHS. Or at least upscaling the quality of VHS into a more digital signal for my more modern TV. So we'll talk more about that in a future video of at least, the possibility of getting into VHS. Either this year or next year, depending on what I decide to do. So if you guys enjoyed this video of my VHS collection, and I'll see you guys in the next one as we talk about the possibility of getting into VHS. First time since 2002. Peace.